The NFL offseason is already erupting with shockwaves, blockbuster signings, heartbreaking retirements, and trade drama no one saw coming. From a defensive powerhouse joining the Panthers to a superstar's near-trade chaos, every move is sparking debate. But one twist could change the balance of the entire league. And just when you think the offseason drama is over, the next twist is always waiting, and this season promises to shock even the most diehard fans. If you think you know the NFL, you're missing the biggest stories. Subscribe before the next leak drops. The Carolina Panthers just made a move that has fans buzzing and analysts debating. Linebacker Devin Lloyd is officially joining the team, and the implications could ripple across the entire NFC South. This isn't just another free agent signing, it's a statement. Lloyd, known for his knack for interceptions and playmaking instincts, is stepping into a defense that's already stacked with talent, and the excitement around Charlotte is palpable. From the moment he met the media in Charlotte, Lloyd made it clear he wasn't just signing a contract, he was buying into a vision. "There's a lot to be attracted to here," he said, pointing to a defense brimming with playmakers. Names like Derek Brown and J.C. Horn immediately come to mind, but Lloyd wasn't stopping there. He praised Trayvon and several others, emphasizing that this was a unit capable of game-changing moments. His goal: to elevate this defense to a new level, to become the kind of player who doesn't just react to plays but creates them. And it's hard to argue with the logic. The Panthers didn't just add Lloyd, they've been strategically building a powerhouse across all three levels of their defense. Adding Jalen Phillips alongside Derek Brown strengthens the pass rush dramatically, increasing the likelihood that Lloyd will get his hands on the ball. For a player whose career has been defined by forcing turnovers and making highlight reel plays, this is the perfect environment to thrive. The timing is critical. Coming off a division title in the NFC South, the Panthers aren't rebuilding, they're recalibrating. They're assembling the pieces to go deeper into the playoffs, and Lloyd's arrival could be the catalyst that turns potential into dominance. But beyond the stats and accolades, there's a human story here. Lloyd's excitement, his energy, and the respect he has for his new teammates hint at locker room chemistry that could make or break the season. Some fans believe this signing is more than just football strategy, it's a bold message. The Panthers are serious about contention, and they're willing to invest in talent that can change games in a single play. Analysts are already debating, can Lloyd's ball-hawking skills redefine Carolina's defense, or will the pressure of expectations weigh on him? One thing is clear, Devin Lloyd's decision to join the Panthers isn't just another headline. It's a signal that Charlotte is aiming high and the defense now has a player capable of tipping the scales. But that's not the full picture, the real drama is only just beginning. Penn State's Pro Day had everyone talking this week, and all eyes were on quarterback Drew Aller. For a player trying to make the jump to the NFL, this was more than just a showcase, it was a statement. Aller walked onto the field with one goal: prove that his arm, his instincts, and his ability to make plays under pressure could translate to the next level. He didn't hold back in his media comments, explaining that he wanted to demonstrate everything scouts might see on Sundays, from play action under center to layered throws and drive-heavy passing. This wasn't about flash, it was about showing precision, timing, and the kind of quarterback football brains crave. "I feel really good about everything," he said, exuding a quiet confidence, but the question on everyone's mind remained: is that confidence justified? Scouting reports were mixed. Some analysts highlighted his NFL-ready frame and arm strength, calling him a big arm red scorcher, a player capable of stretching defenses with a single throw. But there were also red flags. Injuries had impacted his college career, and his decision-making under pressure raised eyebrows. Scouts noted moments when he didn't pull the trigger on open targets, throws that NFL teams expect from every starting quarterback. Experts ranked him as a mid-round prospect, someone with potential but unlikely to make an immediate impact. "He's not a day-one guy," one analyst said. "He could develop in the right system, but a meaningful NFL starting career, that's uncertain." And yet, uncertainty is what makes draft day drama so compelling. Every arm strength showcase, every accurate pass, every audible on the field adds to the narrative. Teams love potential, and Aller's combination of size and skill makes him impossible to ignore completely. Some fans believe a team could fall in love with his physical tools, especially if paired with a coach willing to mold him patiently. Others remain skeptical, pointing to the inconsistencies and past injuries. But that tension, the mix of promise and risk, is exactly why pro days like this matter. This isn't just a workout, it's a stage for first impressions, whispers in war rooms, and debates that can shape an NFL draft board. As the day wrapped up, Aller left the field knowing he had done what he could to showcase his talent. But the bigger story is just beginning. Which team will take a chance on him, and will his pro day performance be remembered as a breakthrough or just another highlight reel in a long line of hopeful quarterbacks? The NFL waits for no one, and for Drew Aller, the clock is ticking. Adam Thielen, a name that resonates with Vikings fans and NFL watchers alike, officially announced his retirement after 13 unforgettable seasons. It's the kind of career story that makes people pause. An undrafted player who not only made a roster but carved out a legacy that very few achieve. When Thielen spoke to the media, his words carried a mix of gratitude, reflection, and a quiet pride that only comes from years of relentless work. "I'm going to miss the locker room the most," Thielen admitted, and it's easy to see why. Over the years, he built relationships that went far beyond the field. Teammates became family, coaches became mentors, and the grind of professional football created bonds that were tested under pressure and victory alike. For Thielen, those connections weren't just part of the job, they were the heartbeat of his career. His path was never guaranteed. As an undrafted free agent, he had to fight for every snap, every target, every chance to prove he belonged. Year after year, he forced his way into the lineup, refusing to let circumstance dictate his journey, and his results spoke for themselves. Thielen ranks 4th in NFL history among undrafted receivers in career receiving yards, a milestone that underscores just how extraordinary his rise was. What makes Thielen's story even more remarkable is the consistency he displayed in one place. From his Minnesota roots to playing college football at Minnesota State, and ultimately starring with the Vikings, he became a symbol of local pride. Fans watched him grow from a hopeful rookie to a reliable elite receiver who could change games with a single catch. His loyalty to the team and community added a layer of narrative that's rare in today's NFL, where players frequently move from city to city. Even as he steps away from the game, Thielen's impact lingers. Younger players entering the league now look at him as proof that perseverance and hard work can overcome the odds. Analysts still reference his journey as an example of grit and determination, a reminder that draft status doesn't define a career. And for the fans who cheered his name for over a decade, Thielen leaves a legacy that goes beyond stats. It's the catches in clutch moments, the unwavering work ethic, and the embodiment of what it means to represent a team with heart. The NFL is full of stars, but few have built a story as compelling and grounded as Adam Thielen's. As he closes this chapter, one question lingers. Can the Vikings replace not just the production, but the leadership, drive, and identity that Thielen brought to the field every single game? His retirement isn't just an ending, it's a legacy that will echo in Minnesota for years to come. Maxx Crosby's offseason has been nothing short of a whirlwind, a story that shocked fans and left analysts debating for weeks. After a potential trade to the Baltimore Ravens fell apart, Crosby finally spoke publicly, giving the first real glimpse into what went down behind the scenes. And the story? It's equal parts confusion, frustration, and revelation. Crosby recounted the moment he realized Baltimore was backing out. He expected meetings, discussions, clarity. Instead, he got silence, blank stares, and a whirlwind of mixed messages. "I didn't see the GM for 5 hours," he revealed. "And then suddenly I'm frozen, I'm livid, confused, the whole nine." In a single moment, a deal that could have changed the course of his career evaporated. For a player of Crosby's caliber, it wasn't just business, it was personal. Fans and analysts immediately began speculating. Some wondered if there was a medical concern, others questioned the Ravens' commitment, while many debated whether this was a calculated move or just bad timing. Crosby, however, remained calm in his perspective. He knows who he is, he's healthy, and he's committed. "I wasn't supposed to be in Baltimore," he said. "I'm meant to be a Raider, it's through my DMN core." His words didn't just reflect loyalty, they radiated resolve. The Raiders, for their part, now find themselves in a unique position. With cap space and flexibility, they could afford to retain Crosby, a player who instantly elevates their pass rush. And while fans debate whether Las Vegas should have pushed for draft compensation or other trades, Crosby's presence guarantees a potent edge on the defensive line. Yet questions linger about how this fallout affects team strategy, potential future trades, and the timing of deals closer to the season. The most intriguing angle? Despite the collapse of the Baltimore deal, Crosby's value hasn't dropped. Teams may revisit him mid-season when desperation strikes and Super Bowl aspirations motivate bold moves. The narrative isn't over. Vegas could leverage Crosby for future picks in 2027 or 2028, turning a moment of chaos into strategic advantage. Maxx Crosby's story this offseason is more than a trade drama. It's a lesson in patience, loyalty, and timing. Every decision, every stalled conversation, every missed handshake adds tension to a saga that will unfold across the coming months. Raiders fans watch closely, rivals speculate endlessly, and the league quietly observes how one player's career choice can shift the balance of power. The drama isn't done, and as the season approaches, everyone will be asking the same question. Will Maxx Crosby stay in Las Vegas, or will the next whirlwind shake the NFL once again? The fallout from Maxx Crosby's near trade has sent shockwaves through the Raiders organization and across the NFL. Fans immediately took to social media, debating every angle. Some expressed outrage at the Baltimore Ravens for backing out at the last minute, calling it unprofessional. Others questioned the Raiders' strategy, why not push harder for draft compensation or a more secure deal? The chatter was relentless, with hashtags trending and highlight reels dissected for every possible clue about what went wrong. Inside the Raiders' locker room, the mood is a mix of relief and tension. Players who were expecting Crosby to be gone are now faced with the reality of keeping a top-tier pass rusher on the roster. Some teammates are thrilled, knowing his presence strengthens the defense immediately. Others worry about the potential distractions, locker room chatter, media speculation, and what this drama says about the team's front office. Every conversation, every sideline gesture is now under scrutiny. Analysts weighed in quickly, dissecting the situation on live broadcasts and podcasts. Many pointed to the timing. A deal that might have seemed solid in May or June now looks unlikely. But come midseason, desperation could shift the balance. Teams with Super Bowl ambitions might revisit Crosby, giving the Raiders an unexpected bargaining chip. Fans debate whether Vegas should exploit this opportunity or focus on team cohesion and preparation for the season ahead. Social media reactions have been especially dramatic. Memes, GIFs, and viral posts flooded Twitter and Instagram. Some depict Crosby as the ultimate loyal Raider, standing his ground despite the chaos. Others paint the Ravens as the villains, a front office that mismanaged what could have been a blockbuster trade. Every clip of Crosby speaking, every snippet of commentary became a talking point, fueling speculation about his future. Even local media joined the frenzy, reporting from practice facilities and locker rooms, asking the same question fans have been screaming online. Will Crosby stay, or is this just a pause in an inevitable move? Every angle is being analyzed, from cap space to roster needs, from team chemistry to potential trade deadlines. The reaction isn't just about one player, it's about power, loyalty, and strategy in the NFL. Ultimately, the team and fan reactions highlight the human side of football, the emotions, the rivalries, the suspense. Maxx Crosby's saga isn't just a trade story, it's a mirror reflecting how one player's journey can ignite passion, debate, and speculation across an entire league. And as fans and analysts wait, one thing is clear, the drama is far from over, and every eye in the NFL will be watching his next move closely. Maxx Crosby's near trade isn't just a Raiders story, it's a lightning rod for the NFL as a whole. The ripple effects of this drama have sent teams, analysts, and fans scrambling to reconsider strategy. Suddenly, what seemed like routine offseason moves has turned into a chess match of talent, money, and timing. The league is watching every detail, knowing that one misstep can alter playoff trajectories and reputations in an instant. Consider the ripple effect on other teams. The Ravens' decision to back out sparked discussions about trust, negotiation tactics, and front office credibility. Other contenders are now reassessing their roster gaps. Could they have used a player like Crosby? Would their draft strategy shift if the Raiders eventually move him midseason? Suddenly, a single defensive star has become a measuring stick for every team's ambition and decision-making prowess. Cap space is now the headline story. The Raiders hold the leverage, but not just financially. They have a player who can dominate games, pressure quarterbacks, and shift momentum with a single play. Yet the bigger question looms: do they capitalize on this window, or do they prioritize stability and chemistry? Every decision is scrutinized because in the NFL, perception is nearly as important as performance. How teams handle blockbuster players signals to the league whether they're serious contenders or just hopeful pretenders. Then there's the media narrative. Analysts dissect every word Crosby says, every gesture he makes, turning the saga into must-watch television. Fans are no longer passive observers, they're active participants in shaping the story. Tweets, posts, and debates spread across social platforms, amplifying drama and speculation. What once might have been a quiet off-season trade now feels like a full-blown league event, reminding everyone how much attention and emotion one player can generate. The situation also highlights player power in the modern NFL. Crosby's voice, his confidence, and his loyalty to the Raiders send a message. Top players are aware of their value, and they can influence outcomes beyond the field. Teams can't just make decisions in isolation. They must consider locker room morale, fan perception, and the optics of every move. The league is evolving, and this moment is a case study in how players, teams, and money interact to shape the narrative. Ultimately, Maxx Crosby's story isn't just about trades or contracts. It's about timing, influence, and the high-stakes chess game that defines professional football. Every team, fan, and analyst watching now knows that one move can shift the balance of power across the entire league. The drama isn't over, it's only just beginning, and the league narrative will continue to pivot around Crosby, his choices, and the consequences of a single, unexpected offseason moment. Maxx Crosby's near trade wasn't just a Raiders story, it shook the entire NFL. Front offices scrambled, fans debated, and analysts dissected every move. Cap space, locker room dynamics, and timing all collided, showing just how much power a single star player can hold. The Raiders now face a choice: cash in or ride with Crosby and see what dominance he can deliver. Meanwhile, every contender is watching, calculating their next move. And with the season still unfolding, one thing's certain: this story isn't finished, and the next twist could shock everyone. Who will blink first, the Raiders or the rest of the league?